So Sarah and I co-chair the Dementia Knowledge Network, which is a monthly online Zoom meeting to talk about any and everything relating to dementia. And we often have guest presenters at those meetings. And that meeting really prompted us to launch something in Dementia Action Week, which was 2 weeks ago. So this is the 7th session of our sort of 9-session series of chats on different topics relating to dementia and dementia support. So welcome to everybody joining us. What do you think, Sarah? We've done a 5-minute.
Yes, I think that's our 5.
All right, great. So thank you and welcome everybody. Sarah and I would first like to respectfully acknowledge the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, who are the traditional owners on the land on which we meet, and to pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Now today's topic for our Dementia Action Week chat series is making a difference and getting involved. So a diagnosis of dementia doesn't have to mean that life is over. So nor does it preclude people from still taking an active role in their community. And this is something that we've talked about a little bit during these sessions. So until quite recently, all planning and research was done without any consultation with people living with dementia. So planners and healthcare professionals previously just presumed that they knew what was best without actually asking the people who were living it. So thank goodness that has changed, and organisations and communities now recognise and embrace the added value of using the co-design approach and including the target group of this service or product in its planning. So as per the other sessions, Sarah and I will just use a bit of a Q&A type format and just have a chat amongst ourselves with some questions at the end that will open up to the group to get involved. So Sarah, how do I get involved and where do I start in terms of making a difference?
So Elizabeth, there are several ways you can get involved in advocacy, research or different projects. One of the most widespread projects at the moment running is the Dementia Friendly Communities movement, and there are projects running in many towns and municipalities. My own municipality, the Shire of Yarra Ranges, is just about to start working on a dementia-friendly communities network. And we've actually got a terrific little video that is from Kiama, and they were one of the first municipalities to do the dementia-friendly communities. Now, hopefully my link will work. Can you see YouTube?
I'm Dr. Lynn Phillipson.
Or not?
No, it's a black screen my end. We did see the initial slide.
Oh dear. Technology is not my friend this morning. There she is. No, that's the slide. YouTube. Can you see that lovely lady?
Yep.
Senior lecturer in the School of Health and Society in the Faculty of Social Sciences. My role in this project has been to bring together a range of researchers from different discipline backgrounds. It's been a unique problem because previously dementia has been seen as a medical problem, and this project has really highlighted that creating a dementia-friendly community is everybody's business.
The reasons I've personally become involved, there's probably several. One is to actually do something constructive, to get out and do more than what I have been doing. Also, from I suppose a bigger perspective, to contribute something back to the community, particularly representing those with dementia, and also to try and overturn people's views about what it is like to have dementia. You can still do things. You are not dead and buried at that stage. You might be moving towards it, but your feet are still in the right area.
The university has been involved in a number of research activities to truly try and understand what it's like to live in Kiama if you have dementia. We engaged in interviewing people with dementia and members of their family to try and find out what sorts of activities they're doing at home and what are the kinds of things that help them to get out and about and stay involved. We actually mapped those activities onto local maps so that we could actually show council and members of the community the places in their community that actually were dementia friendly, and also highlight some hot spots, some places where action might actually make particular places in the community more dementia friendly.
The role council's taken in this project has been to really facilitate the relationships with the community, because we're quite connected with our community. Well, we've been on this path for quite a while of looking at how we can increase the livability and health and interaction of our community, because we know that is what builds resilience. So we've been working in this sort of age-friendly, livable community space for a while now. And so when Alzheimer's Australia and the university approached us about the partnership, well, we naturally jumped at that opportunity.
We did a general survey of the community to find out what the general members of the public actually understand and know about dementia, and what their attitudes towards people with dementia are.
Well, dementia-friendly Kiama means quite a lot to us in terms of our involvement in this local community. Community has always been part of our lives, and it's good now I'm retired to be able to be involved in a number of different organisations, and the Dementia Friendly Alliance project has actually helped us to be involved with a whole network of people.
The project's actually had some really significant achievements. We've been able to really try and raise the awareness in the general community of what dementia is and what it's like to live with dementia in Kiama. We've been able to change some of the attitudes of community groups and provide some training to help them become more inclusive of people with dementia being able to be involved. They're groups like the local Probus group, the local Red Cross, local choirs, ukulele clubs, knitting clubs, all of these sorts of groups that potentially may already have members that have dementia, or in the future with Kiama's ageing population may encounter people with dementia wanting to be involved in those groups.
The project's achieved an awful lot so far. We're really proud of the work that we've been doing in this partnership. It's not on our own, of course.
Well, for us, the benefits of being involved in the Dementia Friendly project have been very great. I mean, we love getting out and doing things together, and it's put us in touch with a whole network of people, both health professionals and other ordinary people like us, and so we can actually find the support we need.
I'm really passionate about research that can make a real impact in the lives of people, and I've become really very involved in researching with people with dementia and trying to understand what it is to live with dementia and how research can help illuminate the lives of people with dementia and improve things for people with dementia.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Sarah.
Amazing.
Yeah, really interesting. And so, Sarah, how do I find out about projects in my local area?
Oh, gosh. Stop, I do apologise. So, Elizabeth, if you want to get involved in different projects in your area, probably the first place to start would be a phone call to Dementia Australia, or perhaps a phone call to your local council, and they should be able to provide you with the information about what's going on in your local area.
Great. And what else is there for me to get involved in?
So you could consider becoming a speaker, a committee member, or an advocate. Dementia Australia, again, is a good place to start, as they have a consumer advisory group that is made up with people with a lived experience of dementia. You may also like to be involved with somewhere like Caledonia and small organisations who are looking for carers and people living with dementia to speak at events, sit on committees or boards. We were talking about co-design earlier, and I think more and more organisations are going to be looking for a representative of somebody living with dementia to have a say in the running of those organisations. Dementia Alliance International also has many opportunities for people living with dementia to get involved through video interviews, support group hosting, peer support, research opportunities, and other chances to be involved.
Okay, great. And I have heard of some people who are involved in being part of medical trials So is there medical research or, you know, any involvement in medical trials to do with dementia?
So, Elizabeth, research trials and medication research trials are opportunities, I guess, to get involved in the development of new, new medications and interventions that may help people in the future. One such research trial that is underway is still looking for participants, is the Homeside Music and Reading Therapy Intervention Trial at Melbourne Uni. And I can provide a link for that if anyone would like it. I'm just about to run out of battery because I haven't plugged my laptop in. Excuse me. Technology really isn't my friend this morning. So I can provide that link if anybody would like it. And for medical and medication trials, it's probably best to talk to your doctor or specialist geriatrician. They'll have access to this information. It will be up to date and it will be local to your city or your area. And they'll also be able to advise whether or not it may suit your particular individual situation.
Great. Okay. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. In one of the earlier sessions, you mentioned rehabilitation. Are people diagnosed with dementia offered rehab?
Rehabilitation for people diagnosed with dementia is unfortunately not routinely offered. If anyone follows the advocacy work of Kate Swaffer, you'll know that she wants to change what she has termed prescribed disengagement, where a person diagnosed with dementia is told to go home and get their affairs in order. There is emerging research into the benefits of neurophysiotherapy, neuroplasticity, and other forms of cognitive therapy. The theory being that the brain is able to forge new neural pathways and should be encouraged to do so through formal means, thereby reserving function despite the damage occurring.
Right, okay. And so I have asked my GP about some of these possibilities, but he seemed a bit reluctant to talk about them. So he said there's nothing to be done. What would you suggest I do in this instance?
Do you know, I'd say don't take no for an answer. Ring around as many places as you can Google, talk to different professionals, and look online and in other countries. You don't have to take no as an answer, and often our overworked GPs just don't have access to the information. So don't take no for an answer and keep looking. Okay,
great. Thank you. That's been really informative. And I think if we could perhaps put the link to the Homeside project maybe in the chat, that might be helpful. Great. We might then open it up to questions. So does anybody in this group have any questions relating to becoming involved?
I'm very interested in the Homeside Music and Reading because they're both things that my husband really loves, and music especially. So I'd be really keen to get that. But I was really wanting to know how do you spell Kate's surname? Kate Swaffer?
Yes, Swaffer.
Yeah, because I'd be keen to look that up as well.
Yeah, and Kate's written a couple of books as well. Julie, there's a whole lot of information you'll find about her online, and she's got a blog as well, which I think is still active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Elizabeth, I've got a question as well.
Yep.
And excuse my ignorance, everyone, but usually I would typically think of rehabilitation as physio or occupational therapy. Dementia rehabilitation, what's involved with that? Is it the same therapies or different or both?
Yeah, look, I think absolutely. Both physio and occupational therapy have been proven to be really effective in supporting people living with dementia. So physio is typically used sort of to maintain strength, fitness, endurance, and things like balance as well. So with cognitive impairment, it's really important to maintain, balance in your physical health. And as we said in an earlier session, anything that's good for your heart is also good for your brain. And again, occupational therapy, I guess that's really aimed at maintaining independence, introducing strategies, looking at meaningful engagement. So both of those types of therapy are really relevant and can have a huge benefit to people with dementia. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Does anyone else have any questions at this point? No? Great. And I think, again, mentioning Kate Swaffer, Kate invited Sarah and I and the broader Dementia Knowledge Network community to attend some sessions. I think the Dementia Alliance International had organised to have a couple of lead physiotherapists present to the community around specific dementia types of intervention with the physio lens that can be really beneficial. And so Kate herself, who has a diagnosis of younger onset dementia, has been really involved in types of therapies like physio, OT. She's been, I think, hydrotherapy, she does a lot of swimming and that type of thing. And she's a great advocate for the benefits of, maintaining all of those physical capabilities and the link with her brain health, and the fact that she is really doing amazingly well, considering that she had a diagnosis some time ago. I'd say close to 10 years, maybe, Sarah?
Yeah. Yes, quite a while ago. And I think it's important to let people know at diagnosis that you don't have to just go home and, put everything in order, that you can ask, you can push for interventions, therapies, assistance. I know that Kate was completing a university degree, may have been her master's one, when she was diagnosed. And she pushed to be offered the same assistance that a person with a disability would have been offered. So she had a note taker and assistance to complete that degree even after her diagnosis. So it's not generally offered to people. We need to push for these type of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone else have any questions on this topic? No?
No. It's given a lot of, so much of what you've all said today is something that I'm really keen to follow up on. And I found today really relevant to our situation. So, yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. And tomorrow's topic is diversity and dementia. And Sarah, did you want to speak a little bit about our guest presenter tomorrow?
So tomorrow we've got Dale Park from the Eastern Sector Development Team here in the east of Melbourne to come and speak to us about diversity and dementia, and how we can provide services to people living with dementia in an inclusive and a connecting, sort of more a holistic way.
Wonderful. Sounds great. Well, I think if nobody has any questions, we'll wrap it up. We'll keep these sessions fairly short, but we will upload the recording and send out the link if anybody wants to distribute that. So thank you very much for coming along, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Thank you.